This is episode 2 of the Bigger Than Real Estate podcast. We have sitting here with us Biggie. I'm not going to say any names unless y'all let you introduce yourself. You know what I'm saying?
This Smitty Season, Smitty Smokehouse, Sweet TV Smitty, it's Smitty.
There you go. So we got obviously, we got the co-host Travis Eman as usual.
How we doing?
And me myself, I am Michael Nelson.
So what do we got today? What are we drinking today? We got Stella.
We got that Stella. We upgraded. I'd say we upgraded. I'll get that rating at the end. At the end, we'll give a little rating. We'll give a little number out of 10.
Yeah. So by the end of the show, the drink should be finished. If not, you got to chug it.
That's kind of how it goes.
Down. Nothing crisper than a cold Stella, though.
There you go.
There you go.
Exactly.
Is there a reason why you chose the Stella?
It's like a smoother Heineken. You know,
Nice.
It's not so rough. And Heineken's your typical drink, so it's good to get some versatility and some, options going here.
Fair.
There you go.
So you're saying if it was a barbecue or you're at the club, it's a Heineken.
It's a Heineken thing still.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. I went to a barbecue once and my uncle, I cracked the Stella. He's like, how are this? I was like, it's a green bottle, same way. He did not drink that.
You didn't drink it, eh? Heineken or nothing.
Heineken straight.
Fair. True. You had the old man hold or what? What
Yeah, 2 fingers. 2 fingers switch.
There you go.
1 finger for the bottom man them.
You already
And
know.
no bubbles on the drink.
There you go. So, we have our first segment. Go ahead. So, for our first segment.
Yeah, first segment, we'll just ask a couple questions, icebreakers. And the theme of it is, you take a drink and you think as you're thinking about the questions, all right?
Drink and think. I hear
All right.
that. I like that.
You already know.
All right, so I'm going to ask the first one.
All right, let's get into it.
So what is in your fridge right now?
Take a drink.
Take a drink and think. That's trademark. Take a drink and think.
It's in my fridge right now. Beetroot juice. About 3 jugs of that.
Okay.
Some steamed fish.
That's nice.
2 tubs of vegetables.
Stay green.
Yeah. And definitely some leftovers from for the week.
Okay, are they still good or they're gone off?
They're growing still.
They're holding on to
They're holding
life.
on.
Okay.
Lunch till today. What else is in there?
Take a drink and think. That's the segment.
Yeah, maybe
Take
a couple of beers.
There you go.
Some juice. Yeah, that's in my fridge.
Okay, no water, bro.
Nah, the water is on the fridge.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. You got
You're in the
crafty with that
future.
one.
You're in the
Fair.
future. All right. Here we go. Second question. What part of your body could you use a little lotion right now?
Take a drink and
Take a drink and think. Take a drink and think. Trademark.
My ankles, my shins, and my elbows.
That's a normal thing.
Those, regular. I don't know what I go on, but they just soak up cocoa butter like so.
So it's cocoa butter. It's not the.
Yeah, this is too. Carrie's not available over here.
Yeah.
No
Straight
say
cocoa
knives,
butter.
nope, straight cocoa butter. The
There you go.
raw shea butter too.
See, what scares me about that is the speed in which you answered that question. Like, you didn't need to drink.
I didn't even need to.
No. The first one you thought about your fridge, but when it came to lotion in the body, you're like,
Yeah, I know where the ashes.
I know my weaknesses.
I know in the wintertime, summertime, these are the places I have to check
True.
before.
Be careful when you wear short sleeves and shorts.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Facts.
All right. And finally, what habits are holding you back from success right now? Take a drink and think.
I don't need to drink about that one.
Oh.
I care too much for others.
For real.
Yeah, my heart's too big.
For real.
Yeah.
True.
To get to where I want to be, takes a lot more selfishness than I've been shown.
For real.
Yeah.
How long do you think that's been going on?
The selfless giving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
From I moved to Brampton softened me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see what's on the other side of the train tracks for a little bit, and then you come to Brampton and it seems like kind of heaven gate, compared to the either or. So when you come up here, you deal with the people around you as if, not to say like you guys came up, but you just don't want those things to happen. So if you see your brethren going through something, it's gonna, to me, go back to when I see my brethren going through something where I originally came from versus my brethren going through something right now in this suburb, which is blessed. It's, it's easy. It's cool. Simple.
Right.
But the other side to that is like, holy, maybe he doesn't have a place to stay. Maybe he's not going to be able to go to school tomorrow. The man don't have that test too, and he's not doing too well. So that's where my thinking goes. You know what I mean? Because I always look at my situations and be like, if I had a me for me, maybe things would be different, So I kind of live like that. In hand, it's been my downfall as well.
Okay.
Is that a reason, like, people, like, you help them out and then they...
In my position, kindness is seen as a weakness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Especially with any man. Any man that is kind, it is seen immediately as a weakness. So with men, it's difficult for us to be emotional beings or to reflect our emotions in anything, whether it be our woman or our car. You know what I mean? A man sees you care too much about your gal, peck with that. A man sees you like your car too much, he may scratch it. You know what I mean? Anything to kind of dwindle down the spirits of the individual, right?
Right.
So do you feel like sometimes you do get the opportunity to run into another you in that sense, or is it more you kind of feel like you're battling that?
That's what I've kind of like experienced now with taking on a new trade and like really putting in the grind, not so much in the team aspect, but for myself.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I start to realize and I start to see like, okay, this is Wagwan. Now I don't have to, all right, I could do this. People are coming to me with opportunities that are like things that I want to do. So it's beneficial on both sides. Now I can apply how I would want my thing to run and then see Wagwan. And when my time comes, reverse the thing. You know what I mean? Man, whoever is involved, you're established. You did it before. Yo, I'm trying to do something similar come true. Right?
Yeah.
So with that said now, I'm starting to see where the path to hell is led with good intentions.
Okay.
However, the universe will repay your
That's
good
why.
intentions.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like I feel like over time, you might not see any results from it immediately, but I think over time the universe always gives back to those who
Facts. There's always somebody watching.
Yeah.
Whether it be good, whether it be bad, there's always somebody watching and keeping tabs on your situation. If it's not a physical being, it's the universe.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And once you come to terms with those things, like coming out of hard times, it'll help you, like, uplift your spirits. You're in good times already. It helps to humble you, you know what I mean? So you think, even for a second or 2 seconds more, of what you're going to do in response to certain things. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. We'll take a drink and think real
Take a
quick
drink
just
and
to
think
end
on
the
that
segment.
one. I like
segment.
that. Well done.
Segment 1. I'm bringing a bottle next time.
Do what you gotta do.
It's real estate drink champs.
Do what you gotta do.
So I guess we'll get into the real meat of this. So I know you mentioned a little bit about where you came from. So just if you can take the listeners into who you are, because we didn't really do the best introduction. Where you came from, where you grew up, exactly like
your story
who
a
you
little,
are, your story right now.
Well, I'm Smitty. I've gone. I've only actually big Smitty's pretty much the whole what brings it up. When I first started playing football, I introduced the name Biggie, and then that was my intro to Brampton. So that's why I let my guard down. It felt like a family vibe coming into the city.
Of
So
course.
shout out the Brampton Bulldogs.
You already
Travis and
know.
Michael.
Shout out to Brampton Bulldogs.
We go back way back. So with that said, it's always just been good vibes. I've seen a lot, done a lot, and I prefer it when people are happy. When people are in good moods and everything's blessed, so to speak, you can predict that. You can make moves with that. You can do stuff around those people. And we can all live the life we're meant to live, so to speak. When things are more in conflict and everybody has to kind of defend themselves, I don't like those types of atmospheres. I want my individuals around me to be working on bettering themselves. If you can cook, be the best cook. dabble into writing and music and all of that stuff, the brethren that does that can help you. But don't be competing. Yo, I can write better than you.
Yeah,
It's
for
that
sure.
idiot thing.
Yeah,
Compete with yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my perspective on that. A little more about myself. Typical guy. I got 2 younger sisters. I got a young dog, Carter, and my little princess, Ava. Those are my 2 kids.
Congrats.
Yeah.
And I went to school in DY. I'd say I'm a Brampton youth. Came from Rexdale.
Yeah.
But I'm a Brampton youth. And, you know, right now I'm currently a barber apprentice, licensed barber apprentice, and hairstylist. And, you know, just event curator too. Event and entertainment curator.
Yeah.
Because in everything I do, which follows is I like people to be in good spirits. And
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. How long you been doing both
Events,
titles?
since I came to, even forever. Between barbecues, birthdays, and then hosting my own stuff, years. Like, I held a house party, 2 levels, house party and outside in my parents' crib. With my parents there. With my parents there. Shout out to Carlton and Monique.
Shout out.
Yeah, they held down lots of fuckery. So shout out to them. But yeah, like the events and stuff, always like to have good people around me. And then barbering, just under 2 years now. I've been cutting hair and, you know, pushing back lineups. You know, for a little bit. Nah, I'm good. Clean over here.
About to scare away some fans, bro.
Puts this up. Yeah, we're good. Straight lineups, nice corners. No worries. Clean fades.
And that process to get that license.
Oh, we're looking at 1,300 hours.
Wow.
Okay. So it's a lot of cutting, a lot of heads.
Yeah.
A lot of. It's not so much of what you need to know, like bookwork, so to speak, but it's more so on the lines of like application of what you know. So cutting your hair will be different from cutting your hair.
Yeah. Why is that?
Prime example. I'm glad you asked. So we got a fantastic client here with straight hair, and then we have our lovely locked up individual. There you go. He's got curlier hair, so a one on you, one guard, I might slap that on, and you're in a bald head. Slap that on here, I got a clean fade. You know? So you gotta know the know.
I like that. You crawled out that situation. I like it.
All right. Well, I mean, that's good, though. You enjoy it.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
So moving forward, like, what would you say is something that you'd be aiming for?
My own studio. I don't want a barber shop.
Yeah.
I want a aesthetic studio. Like a men's club type thing.
Yeah, that's to me where the money would be.
Yeah, something where the man can come, kick up and relax and, you know, hold a vibe. You hold your cut like the same way the gal them go and they're in the salon for the whole day.
Yeah.
Hair, nails, feet, everything.
Yeah.
Dudes come through and they do the same thing without judgment and you just relax and do dude shit. Like politic and, you know, have a beer and relax.
It truly is one of the last places you can really go and say whatever you want.
Yeah, it's the only place, back to that original statement, it's the only place where you could come and be in your feelings for a moment. At least you get like 30-second segment this time. And then it's cool. Like a man may combat you, a man may call you a waste you. But at least you know where you stand. Yeah. As a man. Like, you know what I mean? Right. And that's it. You can't ask for much more than that.
And it's always like, it turns into kind of like a family vibe at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And people would rather come, like, if you can go somewhere and get a haircut, that's nice. But if you can go somewhere, be there the whole day, chill with your family, chill with your boys, maybe get a drink or two.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole different situation. That's no longer just going there and getting a product, a haircut. That's now like actually living the lifestyle and being with your friends.
That's exactly what it is. Like, we've steered away from like this whole community thing where, you know, they say it takes a village to raise a child, right? But right now, the village is kind of like, you know, no one. Everybody's just kind of doing whatever is told to them and like their own version of it and saying it's right. So it's not like us where our version of doing our own thing was like, Mom said come home at 10, but I think she meant 10:30, so we got like 2 more runs. No, it's like yo, do I want to be a girl today or a boy? What do you feel? I feel like this. All right, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of curbed to an extent of extremism where we kind of sit there and we're like lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Through our disassociation.
Right.
We seem more connected because we got phones all the time, but we're further
so
apart
where
than
do
ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like we were talking. Went to high school. We played football, whatever. And then I didn't even know one of my brethrens is back in the country, much less,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Yeah,
left
crazy.
the country
right?
and traveled.
Crazy,
It's
yeah.
great that he did that, but I lost touch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I have him on pretty much every social
exactly.
media platform there is.
It's crazy. So called like quote unquote on social media, you guys are friends.
Yeah,
And you guys are connected.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But in reality, like you wouldn't even know what the man looks like walking down the street. And there's
Facts.
probably like thousands of people
Facts.
that are you're following that same
Yeah, it's
situation.
true.
Right? It's
'Cause
crazy.
I've never had like so many people that would be like, "Yo, that's my boy." Never hung
Yeah,
out with them.
never
I
hung
just
out with
know
them.
them through someone else, and
Exactly.
then we're
Or
friends
boys.
in social media or something. And that's my,
Yeah, that's your
never
boy.
once,
It's
you
crazy.
know?
It is, yeah.
It's almost to a point that it's like scary in a way because
It
like
is.
people don't actually know what anyone's going through. What everyone, like you're saying, is extremists. Like people don't know what extremes people are going through. Rather, they're just kind of saying that's my friend, not really talking to them, communicating with them. Right?
It's true. In a world where we're more connected, like on paper, you would say I'm closer to a lot of my friends than I ever was when we met face to face.
Yeah.
You'd probably even say we interact more because like I comment on a post or I'll like,
Yeah. Right.
But in the same scale, just like you're saying, I have no clue what the fuck going on with this
Exactly.
guy.
Yeah, I think that's why there's so
exactly.
much of like depression and stuff going
Yeah,
on today
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Because you only see the
The
highlights.
goods. Yeah. It's like
you
a
don't
false
know
connection.
exactly what's going on in someone's life, and you don't even know to reach out and be like, "Hey, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you need me." Right?
Exactly, and the problem is like now you feel like you can open up your phone and connect to a whole bunch of people, whereas before you'd actually have to go outside your house,
Yeah.
go to like a community center,
Literally.
go to like the basketball courts, go to like wherever to actually meet and talk to people, and then you can say those are your friends.
Facts.
Then you can say those are your buddies. Whereas, and those conversations lead to something different than just liking the post and keeping it moving. You know what I'm
It
saying?
truly is a weird time.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And us as our generation, like we've seen both sides, right? We
Like,
were
that's the worst. Not to cut you. That's
Yeah.
the worst part for us. Like, if you weren't getting it or understanding of it before when we were kids, like 93s and stuff, you're super lost now because the transition of what was and what is retarded.
Yeah.
It is completely retarded.
But that's why I think we're such a hybrid, and we're in the best position
Because we
moving
get to
forward,
see
'cause
both sides.
We have the simple side that we know exactly how things went, and we can dabble in the new stuff that is gonna be applied to everything moving forward.
100%.
So with that being said, with like everything that's kind of growing, do you think like this younger generation can evolve social media or whatever it is to a way that there's a true connection rather than the more isolation that having our phones is causing?
Nah, because with the increase of technology and the increase of like the importance of social media, I personally feel like now everybody's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And how did that go when we didn't know what the hell was going on?
Yeah.
Celebrities were celebrities, right? They were like gods. So now think about it. If we have a whole world full of demigods, then, you know, and I say demigod meaning or giving the perspective that all these people are on some level of mastery of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not talking about the people that are sliding in under the radar, the people that are faking it till they're making it, the people that really have no idea what the fuck going on and they're just doing it for clout. That's not even saying them. Just the people that are like actually just there, like, you know, X amount of the GOAT barber. I'm 15 and I'm sick. They only care about the money and being sick.
Yeah.
They'll cut the homeless guy sick cut and expect him to pay $60.
Yeah.
We'll go downtown and interview people or give them a haircut, sick haircut style, and blah blah blah. Go on your way. You just blessed me. Our perspectives are different.
Yeah.
They're in a real hungry, and I don't blame them. Like it's the time.
what they
It's,
know,
it's what's
right?
created.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're in an information era where they have all these resources, all this information, and endless opportunities.
Yeah.
Brampton's turned into almost a third world country with the amount of people in there
Yeah.
overnight.
And half of them aren't even reported for.
So when you look at something simple like that,
crazy, man.
when you look at something, but even regardless if you want to report it or not, they're consumers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So when you sit there and you look at it, the young boy that's doing his barber thing, there's a youth that was in the shop with me. Mm-hmm. Sick.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what, I'm off this. Did his own thing.
Yeah.
Went from $15, $12 like kids cuts and
Yeah.
lineups, $30 lineups.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
$50, $60 haircuts.
Yeah.
What are you gonna tell him?
Exactly.
No. Yeah. Right.
What are you gonna tell him? You're doing it wrong?
Exactly.
You gotta
exactly.
humble?
Yeah.
For what?
Exactly.
Money in my neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because your dukes are, the bills and this and that.
Yeah.
Forget
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Yeah.
I'm making money now.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And that's it. I'm going to save up and I'm going to be a consumer. I'm going to buy all the Louis I want, buy myself a car. I'm going to get a baddie. I'm going to get a friend. We're going to go shopping and all of that.
Yeah.
Because these are the things realistically that we wanted to do, but we were just more responsible. We had to, think of your family, take your sister. So that always that, yo, you got to think for the next man. type of
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where these guys, they don't care. Yeah. They can do it all on their own with $50.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's like, so how do you think that ideology was kind of created for them to feel like that's what they need to do?
Yeah, pop that door open too, because it I don't know about y'all, but I'm hot in there. I'm hot. Pop it all the way open. You're good.
Repeat the question, sorry.
So, how do you think that ideology is kind of created for these kids thinking like, like you're saying back for us, we kind of understood through trials and tribulations that we need to get that money and kind of help others, whether it's our family, whether it's our friends, whether, you know what I'm saying? Whereas people are in a different situation where it's like, get this money, buy a bag, and show it off. How do you think those kind of like separations are created?
There's not much of a separation. There's nothing different. They took our love and affection, like what we wanted from a Facebook, from remember Vibe?
Yeah.
Right? From MySpace and
yeah.
what was the other one?
T.Wire.
Yeah.
I was on
You
that
know,
one. I was on
So
that
that
one.
mad
So I
quick.
was
You
on
didn't need to
vibe.
take
I
a
was
thing,
on-
bro.
I was on vibe. I'll take a
You
drink.
need to take a chicken
Take a
thing,
drink
bro.
and thing. Take a drink and thing.
Yeah. Already know.
So those situations created that because we showed that, this is important.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
I know I used to cut from school early. Say, yo, man, if you're forward, then forward. If not, stay here. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go talk to 1, 2 things from Scarborough or, trying to get my serve on, see how this goes. And that's where I'm going to be. My homework's not going to get done. And I'm going to kick up.
Of course.
So now we do the homework on the tablets and the cell phone. And then it's like 5 minutes. And then you do whatever you want. Back to social media.
Yeah.
So basically, they took the emotion away from it, and they just said, all right, make money. So now we have the girls, like, promoting random teas and all these different hair stuff, and now they're making money. They're doing the same thing we did. They're still talking to people. They're still interacting, but they don't need the validation anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're not looking for gal or looking for mon. They're not looking for the attention. They just want the money now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So realistically, as much as we want to sit there and say they're stupid and they're this and they're that, we have to applaud them because we're sitting using the same platforms and working for somebody. They're using the same platforms.
And
they have a social circle, whatever it may be, and they're making money.
yeah, crazy, right?
Insane.
So, this is a separate question, but like, if you were to choose a time to grow up, what would you choose? Would you choose today? Would you stay where you were?
No, I think I'd choose either the crack era, like the 80s, or like before that, like the 60s, 70s.
What draws you to those kind of eras?
Ain't shit going on.
Yeah.
Life was simple.
Yeah.
You know, like
Okay.
look at the inventions that popped off. That made people like big.
Yeah.
And mind you, a bottle of soda pop. This is probably the 10 cents that they want to give.
Yeah.
So imagine how life was. You know.
But with inflation, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Without knowing what was going on.
That's completely fine. I'd rather sit and compete or compare with 50, 60 people than the 300,000
million.
You know, I come with a hot idea, barbecue, prime example. I come up with a barbecue.
Yeah.
And now I'm cooking lunch for everybody in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I can now pay my mortgage because time and whatever. I can now pay my mortgage and do all of this shit. Just doing regular shit from my crib.
Yeah.
I only need my block.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So I stay good with my block. I make sure nobody's really envying me. Like, you know, just, you need a lawnmower, you know, here, you can borrow it, whatever. Like, you know, keep it copacetic and then you go.
Yeah.
Whereas I try to do this here now. Now the guy down the road wants to do it. Maybe the neighbor before he did a thing and like, you know, he still has clients. So I have to like kind of like, you know, work with that.
Yeah.
Now there's a guy in Toronto that delivers.
Yeah.
You know, so now I'm sitting there like, holy bro. Whereas small town vibe, you just come with a little idea and you live.
Yeah.
You're not
Everything's
really
accelerated nowadays.
I don't want to be like a trillionaire or anything. I don't know how that is.
Yeah.
Because I can't see that. I'm not privy to that.
Yeah.
Like a millionaire to them back then was like Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Flying on strings
And
you get what I'm saying? Now we're looking and saying, yo, if I do this, I could be like this. But if I could do this, I could be like this. And if I do this, I could be like this. And
So
then
many
by
options.
bottom, if I follow my purpose, maybe I can get here.
Yeah.
So we're completely ignoring our talents and our qualities and what makes us us
Exactly, yeah.
to try and achieve a greater goal of fame, fortune, and materialism. You know what I mean?
Well said. Well said, man.
Facts.
So, moving on though, I know you've been talking about the barbershop, talking about promoting, and like you seem definitely like excited about that kind of stuff, and you enjoy it. So our next question is pretty much, if you had to work but didn't need money, what would you do? Would it be something like that, or would it be something completely different?
I do what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sales and communicate and like sales and consulting, I feel like I just do that like just without thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know? Like one thing when I was going to school downtown, it was fun for me to kick up with homeless people.
Yeah.
Because I'd burn my spliff downtown. So I would just walk and see a homeless guy, he'd make a remark. I'll smoke it till I'm good, and I'll give it to him, and he'll smoke, and then we'll just chop it up. Literally, that's my brethren for the afternoon. My niggas are in class. Excuse my language. You know, the gallum, you don't always want to chill around the gallum.
Yeah.
And then there's this guy. This guy's teaching me way more than I just came out of class with.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That guy
Facts,
knows
facts.
a lot.
He knows
so-
Life
bro.
experience.
He knows a lot.
Because
Life
you have to
experience.
think about it. Forget who else is talking to him. Can you imagine the amount of conversations he overhears?
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
invisible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Very
amount of
true.
people that
Yeah.
he's
Very
seen
true, well
past
said.
him and situations he's seen and gone through because we feel for other people, right? So
Right.
he's sitting there hearing this girl talk about her man or whatever, and he's like, oh man, that's terrible. And then he's hearing the next girl talk about how she deals with her man, and he's like, you're wicked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He can see that. He has that unbiased perspective.
Yeah.
So when you sit and you kick up with this guy and you say, yo, you know, this is what I want and whatever, you start to realize, like, obviously on face value, on paper, he's homeless. I'm not. I should not be stressing.
Yeah.
I should have balled this spliff up for him and him alone.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? We're here now. Then you start to realize, yo, it's not just me going through this. Forget the homeless guy.
Yeah.
He's the face of everybody that walks past on this street. Right? So, like, yo.
Why you blowing my mind?
So, fam, like, he's sitting there sharing with you his experience of everything.
Yeah.
He ain't got no brethren to be biased.
Yeah.
This guy's cheating on his girls, da-da-da-da-da. When there's bear mans out here, better looking, making more money, getting dealt with like this. He's giving you a general perspective. Makes you sit there and be like, you know what, let me go find my wife. You know what I mean? Let me go and humble myself and get
We
through this
stress
shit.
about such stupid shit.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
crazy.
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
And those things, those are the things that I appreciate. Those are the things that I like. That's why I like cutting hair. When I first started, I had to run to the front of the plaza and just find people because I didn't know how to cut yet.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to fade. Everybody wants to fade.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm not making no money if all I could do is a one level in the lineup.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. Yo, you want a haircut? Man, I don't have no money. Forward. You want a haircut?
Yeah.
Forward.
Yeah.
Oh, you got kids? 3 o'clock? Forward.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm there practicing on kids, you know, bro, I fucked up somebody's high top. You know what I mean? I cut into it. He had to cut it all off. You know what I mean? I can admit that.
Yeah.
I had to take that L, fam.
Yeah.
I had to take the L of the client, take the L of the funds for that cut, the time.
Of course,
Right.
of
And
course.
then there were people in the shop too, so you know,
Yeah,
it was
like,
shaky.
they're not coming to you. Like, yo, I'll wait for him. I'll wait for him.
It was shaky for like a month, brother. After that, I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe I should kick it. I should just kick rocks right now.
Yeah.
But you just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go on with it. I'm gonna see where I go on, and that's the beauty of it. Like, there's always progression.
Exactly.
That and tattooing, like, you'll never tattoo the same tattoo twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll never do that twice. I won't give you the same haircut. I'll give you like the same haircut, but maybe like this time I'm gonna do the fade different.
Yeah.
Maybe like this time I'm gonna start with your beard. I'm gonna start with your lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm always finding different techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same way I cut your hair that day.
Yeah.
I didn't cut my next client, and he did the same thing.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
when you sit and you look at these things, you're just like, like this is cool. I can never get bored.
No, there's always a new struggle, a new achievement, new accomplishment. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then when you compare, when you basically tie that in with, this is my brethren, we talking all types of shit. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. He has a style of cutting. I have a style of cutting. He has a perspective. I have a perspective.
Exactly.
And then we going back and forth.
Same
You know what I
emotions,
mean?
yeah.
That's blessed. You as any individual, you can't ask for anything more in life from that.
Yeah.
That's growth. That's financial benefit, and you're doing something for somebody. Like, you know, you're putting. I've seen mans come back to the shop just because their wife's like, it's the cleanest cut you've ever got.
Yeah.
You don't go nowhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's facts. Like, that's just said. You know what I'm saying? That to me is. It's a greasy feeling still.
Yeah.
It's a greasy feeling.
Yeah.
When a man's wife comes to you and says, he'll wait. Don't worry, he's good. He'll wait. You know what I mean? Not like a premen's thing, but yo, you've brought that happiness. You've supported that man. Like,
Exactly.
his marriage could have been in the dumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now his wife sees him as the 20-something-year-old that she kicked up with.
Yeah.
You gave the man life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to be around forever.
For real.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, like, just kind of like touching on that, how important was failure to you reaching the success that you have now and where you are?
This is like my best friend.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to sit and kick up with failure and say, yo, dog, I want to go on. Yeah, I said.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I just have to kick up with failure and just say, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, I seen you do that shit last week still, but I handled it different.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
all right,
Yeah,
cool. So I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah.
through. Like, it's blessed. Failure is like fear, you know? It's all just false evidence.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
What
So,
else?
that's all it is.
Man.
So like when you're sitting there and you're like with high top,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, bro. I was not gonna come into work.
Yeah.
The shop, he's like, yo, you coming in today? I'm like, yo, I don't even know. I don't know. Because, like, the only good thing that came out of that situation was the man's lineup was straight. That's it. That is it. So I was like, I don't know. So then after, I sat there and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I chopped out a man's head. Cool. Can't get any worse. We're going in.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
We're
yeah.
going in.
Yeah.
So I just went. From there, I learned, like, all right, cool. If I'm doing this, I have to do this.
Yeah.
If I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Sometimes we think we're paying attention and we're not. You know what I mean?
That's anything in life, yeah.
Failures, accept them, embrace them. Those are your best friends. Those are the ones that are going to sit there and tell you, yo, you're fucking up or you're not. And that's it.
That's
And I
beautiful.
guess I know you're talking about opening your own place. Like how are you gonna get there?
How am I going to get there? Continue to make the connections that I'm making,
Yeah.
and continue to meet and to inspire the people that I'm coming across. And when that time comes, just, I guess you'd say hope, but more so, like, just pray that just follows kind of thing. Your reputation and what legacy you've led with these people, it kind of just follows in a sense where they're able to say to you, like, yeah, this is Wagwan. Because don't get me wrong, I don't want to take anything away from the individuals that have helped me get to this place.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I don't want to open a barbershop. I want to open a studio.
Yeah.
So, whenever it's more for projects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever I'm doing something or what have you, then, you're going to come here for my artistic twist. You're going to come here for my eye and my vision. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to dabble on that, and you're going to do your thing from there. You know what I'm saying? So how am I going to do that? The path I'm going to take is taking risks. Yeah, keep cutting into high tops.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Just keep cutting into high tops and see what happens next. You know, maybe come out with a new hairstyle or something, like just something, and just keep doing that and continue to hope it just succeeds.
There you go.
Have you put like a timeline or something on that, or are you just right now you're just feeling it out?
Like I say, by 30, I'm gonna be where I want to be to continue to achieve the second level of what I want to do. Right. So the studio will be set up, and it will be there, and it'll be running, and then by then, who knows, make Jurassic 6, whatever. Give Steph Curry a fade when he's coming in.
I'll cut that out so nobody
Just down the low.
bro. That's good though.
I like that.
That's sick.
Yeah, by 30, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
That's
awesome,
nice.
man. So I guess now you have the stage. Promote whatever you want to promote.
Got your 30 seconds of fame.
30 seconds of fame.
Talk to us what you got.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, shout out to Michael Nelson and Travis E. Man. You guys are hungry still. I appreciate the hunger, and I appreciate what you guys are doing, and for calling me out to do this.
You already know.
I respect you guys for that. Shout out to, Sweet TV family. Shout out to Ayudat Barbershop. Look out for Smokehouse. And, and the detailers. The detailers for sure. And those are who I'm rocking with right now. And just shout out all of Brampton, Yeah. Brampton's on a real serious come up, like a hungry California style come up.
Yeah.
And this summer is going to be exciting, and summers to come, definitely going to be booming. So.
And where can we catch you? Where can we get you for a haircut?
Yo, 143 Clarence Street during Monday to Friday. And on weekends, you could catch me with the detailers. We're over in the flea market, right on Steeles and Airport. We're in the last building, right? So where all the fruits and everything is. Come out, get your mango, and forward for your chop. You see it? So you know where we're at.
All right, man. Sick. Good stuff, man. I hope you keep it up, man.
For sure.
I appreciate you. I hope you guys keep this shit up, man.
I hope so,
Our 5 viewers, our 5
Hold
listeners.
on. Shout out Poppin' Pages.
Yeah,
you feel me?
appreciate that,
Shout out
appreciate
Poppin'
that,
Pages.
appreciate that.
That
Respect.
shit will have you thinking on a different level. So do that. Do
There
that.
you go.
Respect. You already know that.
All right, so I guess with that being said,
We out?
we're going to,
Yeah.
finish it up.
You already know.
Jeez, I gotta
Finish it
chug
up.
this.
Stella.
Stella Artois.
So I guess,
Let's get that
so yeah, we rate it.
Rate
it?
10. What do you
So
think
out of 10, what do you?
Stella's a 10 all the time.
Stella's a 10?
Stella's a 10. As far as beer goes.
Super beginner's
A 10?
That's high. That's up there.
You better hope you never taste a better beer than that.
Honestly,
That's 11 then, I guess.
just in case. Just in case.
Jeez.
All right,
What you
well,
got for us, Trev?
I liked it. It was good. Belgian beer, right? That was
Yeah.
Belgian, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I'll give that about a 6.8.
6.8?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
That is a real tennis match score.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. We take our beer serious here with drinking thing,
I hear that.
So,
I like it. It was smooth. I'll stick around the 5.9. It's not really hitting 6 for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, this is Smitty hat for the conversation. What beer do you prefer?
truthfully, I prefer Corona. That's like my beer. That's my barbecue beer.
I hear that.
Now, if I'm gonna once in a while, if I'm on, I like anything that's on tap. You know.
Okay.
So I like craft beer. That'll probably get the highest numbers for me. But if I'm any kind of drink if I'm having beer, it's gonna be a Corona.
Is it that like amber taste? like that
The Corona?
for craft beer?
Craft beer, it depends, right? There's all different kinds, right? So there's different hints, different flavors. So
Because I've had Hop City. I don't know. It's like just that amber type, like copper. Type.
yeah, I don't know what it is about on tap though. For me, it just
Cleaner
tastes
for
so
you?
much better for me. I don't know
hear
why.
that.
Yeah.
Still on tap. Still on tap
Yeah,
is
still
clean
on
still.
tape with their glass, man. That's a signature look.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like a Henny on the rocks. You know?
Hey,
That's for the next episode.
everyone wants the on the rocks.
Yeah, everybody
man.
wants
We
on the
got
rocks.
drink
We have to
champs.
have an on the rock special, bro.
So, Mike,
Bring everyone back.
what is it for you?
It's crazy because like it's funny how you said Heineken. I go two ways. So I'm a Corona when it's a chill vibe and a Heineken at a club.
Yeah.
I hear
But
that.
like I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm still waiting for that beer that I'm going. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this makes my mouth kind of
Yeah.
feel a whole different way. You know.
So brewers, if you're listening, you want to get on the show with the.
Yeah, fix up and
There you
no,
go.
No more
sponsorship.
tens,
Set us
bro.
sponsored.
no more tens. No more tens.
I mean, like, yo, this is a Stella fam. You can't go wrong.
Hey man.
Bro, leave the dimes for the women, bro.
But yeah, Stella. But what's this big bullhorn? Yeah, Stella.
Yeah.
Stella's my girl. Stella gets the time for me.
There you go, man.
Okay. So with that being said, thank you once again for
Yeah,
coming
thank
out.
you
We
so
always
much,
appreciate
man.
you
Yo,
guys for having
We're
me.
2 for 2.
For sure.
Great
for
stuff.
sure. For
like,
sure.
Great stuff.
For sure.
man.
For sure.
I can't
Respect.
wait for this to
Appreciate your time. Appreciate your mind. Appreciate all
Yo,
of it. Thank you
seriously,
very
man.
much.
Respect.
Every time you
Awesome
sit with
stuff,
us, we
man.
get to learn too.
I'm loving
right?
where you're at.
Yes,
keep
keep
growing,
going.
man.
Exactly. Keep
That's
going.
great
Keep
stuff.
growing. You already
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
know. You already know this is a Bigger Than Real Estate podcast, and we're checking out. Thanks again.
Peace.